this. Over to you, Anandji.
Thank you, Dr. Sharad. And at the outset, I would like to greet the most popular man in Russia, our friend, Goenka ji, for arranging this, inviting and congratulate you on this 9th MSME, which is an extremely important organization, given the fact that India has more than 30 million MSMEs and they are the backbone of our industry. Friends, наши дорогие друзья российские, I have served about 7 years in Russia in my 2 terms as a diplomat. In 1999 when I arrived there, then 2000 we saw President Putin coming to the scene, and he was personally invested in retrieving this relationship with India that was going through a bit of a difficult period. And since then, we have developed into a special and privileged strategic partnership. If you know that it is not only a partnership, it is a friendship which is based out of trust. At the political level, at the people-to-people level, I have traveled across whole of Russia, and many of you might know that despite the disintegration of Soviet Union, Russia is still the largest country in the world. I remember having traveled to Siberia, one of the governors, and when we entered his office, we were talking, he said, "Do you know, I rule over 1/49th of the world." So his state was 1/7 of Russia, and that's how. So we were all foxed. So there is a tremendous opportunity. It is also one of the richest countries in terms of resources. More importantly, I find the biggest strength of Russia is its human resource also, like that of India. So there are tremendous opportunities. I was also privy and partner at a time when for the first time India invested more than $3 billion in the oil and gas industry, taking 20% of the Rosneft share. And that has paid off to the OVL many times over since then. One of the most profitable investments we have made. I would like to tell you that the wars are bad, conflicts are bad, but the conflicts are also opportunity for many countries, those who do it, but for others as well. Personally, I feel today this is once again your Soviet movement. We used to have repeatable trade at that time also. This is again an opportunity that we must not let pass. The governments are keen, the governments are working, organizations you have heard from everyone is trying to facilitate. But the businesses are done only by the businessmen. And therefore, opportunities, information, all are available with the chambers, with the MSME, and I must congratulate Mr. Goenka for opening an office because it's nothing like being there. So you must participate in exhibitions like the one which has been done here for the Russians, but the Indian companies must also participate. Very often there is an information deficit which is not available about what are the opportunities, what we can do. So we continue to do what we have been used to doing it and thinking that it will work. But very often that doesn't work. So it is very important that we identify the correct opportunities and go ahead with this as has been told by our friends. So just visit Russia. Nowadays they are also going to give you e-visa for Indians, which is a very major achievement, I must say, because once you go there, then another area I would like to tell you is that Russia has been looking at great opportunities and possibilities in their Far East, which we have done. There is a Far East Economic Forum. Prime Minister Modi had been there, many chief ministers with hundreds of businessmen have been there. And that is an area which is rich, great rich potential, which we must find, exploit, including in the media and entertainment industry. It's so that just look at that possibility. We are also looking at a new trade route from Chennai to Vladivostok. We already have the international north-south transport corridor, which is being focused for trading, for sending it quickly at a cheaper rates. So there are instruments, there are institutions, there are routes available, and now we have heard from the bankers that this is mechanism, despite certain difficulties in the beginning, is going to go ahead and is going very well. It has been mentioned that what do we do with the surplus? For the Russians also, I think, because we are buying now the largest imports of our oil and gas coming from Russia, naturally the rupee surplus is increased. So it is very important for the Russians to look at the opportunities in India in the infrastructure sector, from the refineries to other areas which they can work on. Russia, Soviet Union was instrumental in India's growth in the early 50s and 60s in terms of building infrastructure. Today India has a $2 trillion opportunity. So this is the time, because now India is going to be the biggest market in the world. It is the third largest economy in terms of PPP and will become the real market economy by 2037, the real third economy. So there are opportunities. You are most welcome. Please come and join. An India and Russia friendship exists there. There is a political commitment, a strategic commitment, and it is for us to exploit these. And there are all chambers, associations. I represent a chamber here, and that is only to assist the companies looking for diverse markets across. And if you need it, we are there, MSC is there. We are working together to find and identify opportunities for your advantage. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. Спасибо большое.